Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Let me start by painting a backdrop. So I went to school in the Caribbean, American University of Antigua College of Medicine. This means that I spent 2 years of my medical education on the island, and I was away from home for 2 years. A year prior to that, I got married to my irreplaceable wife, and life has been good. We were blessed to have our first son in my first semester in medical school. So before I took step 1, I had my first son. We were blessed again to have another son. So before I took step 2, meaning USMLE, which is the United States medical exam that we have to take. So before step 2, I had another son. So I have my first one, Jeremiah, and my second son, Josiah. Don't worry, very soon they're going to be featured on this channel. I think you saw Josiah in the blooper on the other video that I did. Well, I left the link up here. These are my 5 tips people in medical school and residency who are parents or who are planning to become parents. Hopefully this will help. I know this video is not for everyone. So if there's a tip that you're interested in, I have laid them down in the timestamp so you can choose whichever one you want to watch. So 5 tips for people expecting or for students in medical school or residency who are parents. Stay tuned. So let's begin. So tip number 1, support system. So before setting in stone your mate or even having thoughts of procreation, you always need to make sure that you have a strong support system. You have family members around, you have enough financial support to get a nanny or a babysitter or send your child to childcare. I'm fortunate enough to have a very strong support system, I would say. I have my dedicated in-laws who will even call out from their job just to make sure that my kids are taken care of. I know I owe them a lot, and one day they will enjoy the fruit of their labor. We also used a babysitter for my first son, and it was very helpful and affordable. So the main thing is to find the right person to take care of your kids. And in this time when where there's a pandemic, it's very challenging finding the right person in case you don't have family members around in this country. As some of my viewers are international medical students or medical residents. And also after speaking with some residents, I also realized that there are people that have nannies, stay-home nannies, so when they come to work as residents, they have people living in their home taking care of their kids, and it works for them. So it's what works for you if you're thinking of having kids. My number 1 favorite is having a strong support system. Tip number 2, time management. If you've been around me for long, you would know that I am a structured guy. I like to structure my day by the hour. I want to know what I'm doing with this hour. I think in life, we've all been given 24 hours. For you to be successful or for you to be do better than what you did the previous year, you always need to make sure that you're utilizing your time the right way. So in my world, if I fail to plan, then I plan to fail. I don't want to fail. I want to do everything that I can in my power to do well and to improve every time. There is always room for improvement. So with staying organized, I'll leave a link in the description box below of a video that I saw on this guy who has content on productivity. You can use sticky notes, Google Calendar, having a structured time, having a structured life is very necessary, and that helps with time management as to what you're doing at what hour. Helps you. It brings that fulfillment. Now with time management, having kids in residency, your job is to make sure that you complete your task in the hospital. So when you get back home, you can spend time with your kids, or spend time with your spouse or your significant other. Bringing work home does stink. And I realized that in my intern year that the kids did not like it. And I don't want that happening. So I've tweaked up my schedule a bit, to make sure that I have time for my kids. So the question that someone asked me last time, I think I'll answer it here. So in the hospital, we are there for at least 12 hours, and I live 45 minutes from the hospital. So if you add that to it, that's like almost 14 hours, away from home. So the remaining hours left in the 24 hours, when I come home, the moment I eat, I know sleep is going to embrace me. So when I get home, take a shower, spend time with the kids, and then while eating, I get to talk to them. We play around, and they know that after I'm done eating, it wouldn't take long, and my eyes will start shutting down. So make time for the kids, make time for your spouse. Tip number 3, financial education. So financial education is major key. You cannot make it in this life without having financial stability. Everyone needs to improve on their financial IQ. One of these days, I'll publish a video on my student loans and how I'm working on paying them back. Student loans, they were very helpful. I did max out on my student loans. I took everything that was available to me during my undergrad, during my medical education, and also while getting my MBA degree. So I have a lot of loans. Having an idea or having a financial strategy is very important as a parent. Knowing what to buy for your kids and not to buy is very important. Kids will want everything, and not everything will help them out. Not every gift will make them happy. Sometimes it's your presence that makes them happy, not the gifts that you sacrifice and buy for them. Because they'll play with it. They'll play with that gift for a few days and they'll throw it somewhere. And the next time you ask them where's the gift, oh, it broke. Or where's the toy? I don't know. It got lost. So the time is important, but knowing what to buy for your kids is also necessary. So what I do with my wife is that every 3 to 6 months, we sit and we strategize as to in what areas are we wasting, in what areas are we spending more that we don't have to. Our monthly bills are our monthly bills, but then there are certain subscriptions that we have that we do not need. There are apps out there that can help you cancel on things that you don't need, but most importantly, we plan, we know where our money is going, and I think that helps out a lot. So find financial videos out there, educate yourself, improve your financial IQ, and that will help you as a parent. Tip number 4, accept disappointments and prepare to disappoint people. This is a bitter pill to swallow. I had to come to an agreement to myself that I'll have to disappoint people. There are people that have sent me invitations to weddings, to naming ceremonies, birthdays, that I had to reply to them that I would not be able to make it. It sucks. Medical education is time consuming. If you're pre-med watching me, you want to go into medical school, just know that you will have to disappoint some people. In residency, sometimes you try your best to switch your schedule with someone, but it doesn't work all the time. Now, if your presence cannot be at that ceremony, well, your money can. So don't forget to send your gift to your friends and loved ones when they invite you to one of their momentous occasions. Talking about disappointments too, sometimes I have to disappoint the kids, Sometimes I have to come home, lock myself in a room, and put my headphones on and study. Sometimes I have exams coming up and I need to focus, I need to pass, because you need to pass to be promoted into the next class. So sometimes I get disappointed, but I do my best to make it up to them on the days that I'm off. Finally, Tip number 5, optimizing your studying. So talking about studying, when it comes to me, I'm a morning person. 3:30, 4 a.m. I'm up. I do my devotion and I get ready, have my plan for the day. When it comes to optimizing studying, usually I do absorb more information earlier in the morning because everything is fresh than later on in the day when the drama of the day had happened. So sometimes I stay home when everyone is sleeping. I get, find myself a desk and I study. Other times I would rather go to the hospital, find a quiet room, and get some questions done. So you need to find the best way that works for you, the best study habits that works for you. There are a lot of researches that have been done on the study strategies that can bring an improvement. I placed a link in the description box down below on one of the videos that I saw that I think will be helpful. So if you're in medical school, this tip will help. Wake up early, read something. Pre-read before you go to your class, and after the lectures, hopefully you would absorb as much as possible. When you get back home, leave the test and just go and do some practice questions. Now, if you're getting the practice questions right, it means you got the information. But then if you're getting them wrong, that means the areas that you're getting them wrong are the areas you need to brush on. And this will be helpful to you. It's crazy. It seems like life is full of exams, medical school, you take an exam almost every time. You go to the hospital, exams every time. And you come home as a parent, you need to take an exam. You cannot fail as a father. You cannot fail as a mother. You cannot fail as a spouse. So you always need to work on yourself as a parent. So in summary, just utilize your human resources appropriately. Family members, childcare, whatnot. Having things planned out does help a lot. If you have your agenda, your tasks for the day, at least when you accomplish one, you can put a strike through it, right? And that makes you feel like you did something for the day, rather than just going through the day and anything happening. Have a structured life if you want to succeed as a medical student or as a medical resident. To add to that, improving on your financial IQ is a major key. Financial IQ. We got to improve on that. Not forgetting that sometimes you will have to disappoint people, your friends, loved ones, kids, but make it up. If you can't go in person, send your kid. And lastly, strategizing on your study habits, optimizing every moment, every time you have will help you out in medical education and residency. So these are the tips I have for you. My favorite is number 1. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any tip, you can put it down. I also have room for improvement. You can teach me something and hopefully that'll help me out. Or the people watching this video can also learn from you. Thank you all for staying tuned to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not done that yet. I'll see you in my next video. Shalom.